One of these days, it'll be regular temperature. Hi, what's up? Today, I wanted to do a video kind of elaborating and using a few of the products that I mentioned in my last video, I'm pretty sure, where I talk about my favorites, yeah. If you haven't seen that, I'll link it below. I talk about some products, some of them are skincare related, makeup related, some of them aren't, but I figured I can use a couple of the products that I talked about there because it might be useful information. And yeah, just a quick makeup to go on a really hot day where I just have to be out for a few hours and see how that goes. All of these videos are a gamble when I'm not wearing my glasses. So I've washed my face with the Biore cleanser. I've also exfoliated it because it was way too oily today. Today it's hot, man, it's hot. The eye cream that I've been using exclusively for the past few months is the Sukin Signature Antioxidant Eye Serum. And it's nice. There's no scent on it, doesn't irritate the eyes, it works. I've mentioned it before. All the products that I use for my skincare routine, I've mentioned them before. The only difference is today I'm going to talk about the tea tree oil that I mentioned in my last video. This is still the CAUDALIE Vinopure toner until I can get my hands on, you know, Paula's Choice and all that stuff. The reason I'm including skincare in today's video is to talk about this tea tree oil by The Body Shop, which I did mention in my favorites video, and then I realized I never really said anything, like I never really talked about why. The thing about tea tree oil, it's something that I never really considered, like I knew about it, and I say this in my other video, like I knew it existed, I knew it was good for oily skin, I knew it was good for acne prone skin, but from everything that we were taught, it was like, it's good for spot treatment for acne, and it's not even all acne, it's a lot of cases of acne, but everyone reacts differently, you know how it is, but so we were told, you know, it's too harsh for the face, it's too strong to put on your skin, it's used to clean wounds, it's antibacterial and anti-inflammatory, so it is good for acne treatment, for wounds, for scarring, and stuff like that, to heal things. So I never really kind of considered using it on the face. When I went to The Body Shop, I was looking for moisturizer for something else, and the sales guy there was telling me about their tea tree oil collection, and essentially explained to me that this product, it's distilled, it's diluted. So the leaves, the tea tree leaves are diluted and distilled with steam, and then they're kind of made into this serum, which you can use all over your face, and I have been. I only use a couple drops with this thing, and I tap it like on my problem areas. Listen, most of my areas are problem areas, so I kind of pat it in, and it does feel kind of tacky. It is going to feel tacky, and what that's going to do throughout the day is it kind of, how do I put this? The oils don't come through straight away. They don't come through for hours, especially on hot days. I don't use this every time I go out because with all of the products, with all of the oil control products, eventually your skin starts to feel dry, and you don't want to tip the scales so it's like completely dry, because that sucks as well. I had completely dry skin when I was in Canada in the snow. That was painful. That was so painful, and you don't want that either. So yeah, I thought I'd mention kind of what it does, why I use it, how I use it, which is, like you just saw how I used it. It's simple stuff. Sometimes I use it underneath the moisturizer, sometimes I use it on top of. Today I'm using it on top of, because I want the moisturizer in, but I want the oil out, kind of thing. Despite the fact that my moisturizer is oil-free, it doesn't matter. That's going to be all I do for the skincare. I also have this mask by Ole Henriksen, the Cold Plunge Pore Tightening Mask. I'm not sure. It's best to wear it like 15 minutes before you do your makeup. But again, I'm not, like, I'll do that before I go to a wedding, or, you know, I'm not going to do that today because I'm not going to be out for too long. As far as makeup goes, everything that I've used in all my other videos. It's the same stuff for now. In terms of primers and makeup and stuff, I'm not going to go too in depth with everything. I'm not even sure I'll keep all the foundation stuff in, but it'll be just like a quick thing. Just concealer and compact powder. I'm going to go in with the NARS Chantilly Soft Matte Complete concealer, the Soft Matte Complete Concealer. And with this, like, I'm not even gonna go in with a beauty sponge. This is the best, like, concealing product that I have used in so long. And it's so soft to blend out as well. There's no creasing. I read some reviews that people do crease. I haven't been. And it has stayed on. Look, as far as application with this concealer goes, it's very simple. I don't even go in with my beauty blender half the time because it blends out so well that it's not going to cake and it's not going to cause any dramas later in the day with oils because it's matte. And because you can blend it out so well, there's no point using a beauty blender. Beauty blender for me, because it lifts up a lot of product, I use it to not have an extremely full coverage. But this blends out great, so there's no point. When I have to rush, I forget how to do things that I do every day. I don't know how to do my makeup today, for instance. Anyway, the compact powder I'm going in with is by Clinique. It is the Superpowder 02 Matte Beige Superpowder Full Coverage. But yeah, I just go in with the brush, just covering and blotting. I'll blot where I have a lot of concentrated concealer, but then I'll swipe it. I don't know. There's no real kind of strategy to this. It's just whatever you feel covers the best. Some spots I want covered more than others, like up here. I am going to blot it down because I want more coverage there, and then not so much concentrate on the jaw, where I'll kind of blur it out and blend it through to the neck. My bronzer, my blush, everything I'll list below. But again, it's the same as it has been. Nothing has changed. I only put a little bit, and I've mentioned this before as well, I only put a little bit of bronzer. I don't take it all the way down. I just kind of keep it up here. And I'll concentrate it a little in that dip, but I'll bring it up and kind of blot it, concentrating it up in the cheekbone region, because I find that it keeps the front of my face less, you know, angry. And that's only because, by the way, I have resting bitch face. I wouldn't probably if I didn't, but I have to accommodate for looking like an asshole normally. When it's hot, I usually do a light layer under the chin and down the neck because no one cares. So it doesn't really matter how chiseled you look. I do it because, again, like, I'm conditioned into doing it. Like, this is what I do and I'm used to it. My brush! And a very light kind of dusting nose contour. I feel like if I do a proper nose contour as well with the harsher tones and the very I keep using the word concentrated, but I don't know what else to use. Very focused, very deliberate nose contour. I feel like I will look, I don't know, I just don't feel like it would suit me. I very lightly, like very light-handedly apply stuff to the center of my face. And I've noticed a lot of heavy contouring videos and highlighting videos, it's a heavy kind of thicker application or a cream or whatever. I can't do that. So for me, it's always going to be just light powders. Again, like when you have oily skin, you can't do that as much as you want to have the full face. Like when you're going out somewhere, I'm going to keep saying weddings because I can't think of other things, like full day events, day and night events. You want to do that full coverage glam, but it doesn't agree with your face. We're going to get down to the bottom of it. That's what I hope to do here. Whether that's by just finding skincare that works or by going in with plasma facials and just fixing it all together without needing all that extra stuff. Like, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Alright, I've gone ahead and done my eyebrows off camera because I just used the Benefit. Oh my god. Gimme Brow. I just used the Benefit Gimme Brow to run through them. For my eyeshadow, I'm going to use two colors. I'm going to go in with coconut cream, mainly, from the Semi-Sweet chocolate bar palette. And then I'm going to go in with pudding on the outer parts of my eyes to kind of shape them a bit. And I'm going to use a flat brush. Listen, I've considered listing my brushes down below, but the thing is, most of them, they've rubbed off. This one is by a brand called Lime Lily. And I got these when I was in college. I don't even know if Lime Lily are around. I can't find them. Like, I found some of their products through a third-party app, like a third-party site. I don't even know. Just any flat bristle brush. And I kind of tap that on the majority of the eye. I bring it up as well because I've got semi-hooded eyes. We've talked about that. That's an issue. And the point here isn't to show the fact that the color is bright. It's just to kind of open the eye, to prepare it for what's coming, all the darkness that's coming. And I'll go back and forward between dabbing on the color and then swiping it. And I'll concentrate it on the inner lid portion. Just kind of swipe it out above and outward, because that's the parts that we're going to blend as well, remember. And with the base shadow, it says base shadow brush very lightly by Real Techniques. I go in with the pudding color. I'll dab that in the outer V portion and bring it up above my crease, pretty much just under the brow bone, to kind of open my eye a bit more because, again, semi-hooded eyes. And while I am focusing that on the outer V dip, like the pit in there, I'll clumsily bring it out and blend it all out later. And then I bring it underneath the outside of my eye. Only the outside though. Like, normally I like to bring it the whole way under when I'm doing more dramatic things, but today we're not doing those things. And that's me just blending it in the front there with the lighter color. So this one, it's gonna look lighter obviously because the color's underneath it, the coconut cream. But the focus here is to bring out the outside because I'm not planning to wear an eyeliner. So while I consider this a pretty clumsy application, it works for what I want it to do. I'll go in with another brush that I have no idea. I don't even know the brand of this brush. I bought it at a makeup convention. It's a pencil brush. And I'm going to go in with that coconut cream again, just to kind of brighten the bottom part as well. The inner eye, like I'll go back and forward between, like I'll build it up. You know, I like building up shadows. Because for me as well, a shadow that was a lot of shadow. A shadow that you have to build up, in my opinion, or in my experience, stays longer. Because you're applying more layers of it, so it's not going anywhere. With the shadows that are very heavily pigmented, you don't need to apply more layers. So they crease and they what's it called? Build up and separate, I'm not sure. Again, that could just be my eyelids being dumb. Because I want to define the lower lash line lower eye bag, lash line. What is this part of the eye? I'm going to go in with a thicker pencil brush and the color pudding. And I'm going to bring it just with a light hand to make it kind of blend nicer. And then with whatever's left, go into here and just make it a little more dramatic. Alright, that's that pretty much done. I do go back in with the flat brush and kind of lighten up the front portion of the eye. Normally I'd go in with the black shadow and kind of make that more dramatic, but we're not going to do that today. I have a eyeliner crayon. This one's by Makeup Forever. And I am going to go in and do the... Hang on. I'm in a danger zone. Oh. I want to say that I go in with a light layer of mascara, but I really don't. Like, I love mascara. Not many people focus on mascara. I love it. It's one of my favorite things. If I'm not meeting up with anyone or dressing too pretty, if I'm just wearing band shirts, I'm not going to really do anything to my lips because my lips are dry. Like, that's another thing. When I find a product that I can wear, like a lip mask or something that hydrates the lips, that'll be great. I can try more matte lip sticks or lip stains and tints and all that stuff. But I'm always reaching for a lip balm because my lips just get so dry, which is so ironic and really annoying. Really annoying. To set my makeup, do I have one? I go in with the all-nighter setting spray from Urban Decay. Now with this, hang on. Do I overdo it? Yes. With this one, I'll drench my face in it because I need it to glue together. I need it to stay for as long as possible. But then, dry, please. I'll go in with a translucent powder. Thank you, brain. Because if I go in with any more of the compact powder with the color in it, it's gonna screw up any kind of blending that I've done everywhere. I just kind of push it. I want to say in the oily parts, in the T-zone, etc., but I push it in everywhere. Because there is no escaping the oil. I haven't found a compact powder, a translucent compact powder in a pan that I can take with me. And I always think that if I do that and it comes with a sponge, it's just gonna look too cakey. Have I tried it? I had one by Too Faced. It came in like a pink thing and it said translucent powder, but I'd put it on and it would look too much. I'd look like flour. I know that NARS have one because I've seen it. Since NARS are impressing me with all of their other things, maybe I'll give it a shot. So there is that. If the lighting's changed, I don't know, there are clouds and then there aren't clouds, I don't know. I did want to talk about, the tea tree oil because I mentioned it, not many people know about it. Some that do, they use it for different things. I used to use it for like piercings before I found out that you should absolutely not be using it for piercings. Anyway, and I would like infect my nose rings and my piercer was like, what are you doing? No. But the tea tree oil here, it is specially made to be skincare. It's not like, I have one somewhere, it comes in a very little vial and it says tea tree oil solution. And it's for things like cuts and scrapes and wounds and all that stuff. That's the stuff that when you get acne or when you get pimples, I might actually try that because I knew this, but I never tried it. To spot treat with the tea tree oil. Because I've been using other things. I've been using my toners and all of that stuff. But you can also, with pimples, you can also use like antiseptic liquid things. Like gentle antiseptic, anti-inflammatory things. It just so happens that tea tree oil, or like natural tea tree oil, is one of those things, you know? But I found that from like this particular one here, well, I thought the lid wasn't on it for a sec. This particular one here from the Body Shop has been very helpful. I'm almost finished it. I should probably get a new one. It's been very helpful. And while it doesn't solve the problem, which is ultimately what we're trying to do, again, we're trying to solve this issue, this oily skin issue. Very itchy, there's hair everywhere. Ugh. While it doesn't solve the oily skin issue, it helps. Especially on hot days like this, it helps. And like I've wandered out to a couple events at night, like to a couple shows, a couple gigs, and I don't get as sweaty as I will normally. Because it's doing its job. It's just another thing to assist, I guess, and I thought I'd talk about it a bit today. Because it's kind of like on the nose being like, oh, this is one of my favorite products, and then I don't talk about why. It works. It's good. And yeah, so like as far as the concealer goes as well, I'm still impressed by it. It's not like I'll wear it and then it doesn't crease. It doesn't crease, it doesn't separate. And again, I have read reviews where it does on people, but it'll crease on, like I've noticed if they've got drier skin, it creases because that's what happens with dry skin. Your foundation crackles and... Excuse me. Was it just one? Yeah. Drier skin tends to crackle and gets itchy and all that stuff, so that's probably why it will crease. In my experience, it has not. It melts beautifully in with my skin and it stays matte. Good product. It's a good product. I'm still on the hunt for other things. So hopefully, because I still have like my moisturizers, my serums, and my cleansers and stuff. When I'm out of all of those, I am going to get all of them from Paula's Choice because I do want to see how that works. I'm still impressed by the exfoliant. We're finding solutions here. Just trial and error until we get there. Until one day I give up, get the plasma facials, you know. So this is the final look for today. I consider this a pretty light makeup. This is a lot lighter, like on the eyes, it's a lot lighter than what I'll normally do. I might do a dark day makeup look, which is what I normally do. I hope that you've learned something today, whether it be a makeup thing or about tea tree oil, because that's why I'm here. So yes, I will mention everything that I've used, again, except for the brushes, because my brushes are old. But it's just like whatever you have, like I'll mention what kind of brush it is, so whatever you have is good. I'll also list my favorites video, because I do talk about a couple other products in that to do with oily skincare maintenance and health and vitamins and stuff like that. So I'll link that down below as well if you're interested. And yeah, have a great day. Toodles!